and welcome back to Scene. I'm Liam Clark and it's a very special episode that you're joining us for today. We're absolutely thrilled to be with you again. We really have missed working on Scene in the past couple of months. Now if you've been missing us too, then make sure you check out our current fantastic radio project dedicated to unsigned music, Reverb Unseen. You see what we did there, everyone? Anyway, so check out that on Facebook and Twitter to see what's crack-a-lacking. Now tweet us at Scene on Stratcast or drop us a message at facebook.com/Scene TV show if you'd like to get in touch today. We'd love to hear from you, as always. Now, anyway, the reason Scene is back on your screens today is to celebrate some of the incredible work that's produced right here in Stratford-upon Avon College. Now, there's an immensely talented bunch of students in the media programme, and today we're going to be giving you a little taste of some of the documentaries our second-year HNDs have produced last term. Let's check out what's coming up. On today's show, we've got Working with Blue, Brace Face, On the Hop, Stubble Mouth, and finally, Claiming the Spotlight. Some truly fantastic stuff and a whole host more that we couldn't find time to cram into today's show, so make sure you keep an eye on Twitter at Scene on Stratcast for more details about where to find these documentaries. But now, first up, it's Brace Face.
Basically, I'm having jaw surgery, which means they're going to break both my jaws and reset them and position them. So it's the morning of the op. I'm feeling really, really nervous and really scared.
We were getting quite concerned really. It was a long operation. We thought it was going to be like, how long did we think first?
3 hours.
3 hours. But how long was it? Five hours. We didn't know what to expect, but oh yeah, it was quite a shock. Yeah, it was. I mean,
I wanted to cry,
her face, yeah.
but I couldn't.
It's my first day home today. It's been quite difficult. It's just a constant feeling sick, not wanting to eat, not being able to eat. As you can see, all the bruises are very yellow. At the moment, I can't really lift my head back, I can't lean back.
You don't want your children to have to go through pain, and she was going through some pain, really bad pain, and you know, we couldn't do anything to help her except just be there for her.
And I found love wasn't supposed to be.
Well, that was the trailer for Brace Face, and we're actually lucky enough today to be joined by the creator. So everyone, please give a big scene welcome to Katie Sweeney, everybody. Katie, hello, how are you doing? You okay?
Doing good, thank you.
Brilliant stuff. Now, Brace Face, we just saw the trailer there.
Yep.
We can sort of see from the trailer, but tell us in depth what it's all about.
So, about 6 months ago, I went for some jaw surgery.
Okay.
So they sort of broke my jaws to fix my teeth. And obviously, the documentary is about my recovery through that process. And yeah.
And was that quite a difficult thing for you personally to do? Because it's quite an emotional sort of subject to it. So was that challenging at times?
It wasn't challenging to film, because obviously I'm just sat on my own, talking to myself. The challenging bit was when it came to editing it. Obviously, there's certain bits that you go, I don't want anyone to see that. That's for my personal thing. But at the end of the day, like, that's what makes the story. So you have to sort of put your own feelings away from that.
And when you look back on it now, I know it's all done, you know, it's a few months down the line, how does it feel watching back the footage of what you was like then? I imagine it'll be a positive thing for you.
Yeah, it's definitely positive. Definitely. Like, when I was, obviously it was happening, it felt like it was dragging on for ages. Looking back at it, it wasn't actually that long. It didn't take that long to heal.
Brilliant. And what do you want the audience to get from your documentary, or what have they got? Have you got any feedback, positive feedback?
A girl I know underwent the surgery not long after me, and obviously that's what the aim was. I hadn't heard of it before I had it done.
Really?
So I didn't know any, like, the process or anything. So hopefully other people that have that done can look at this documentary and see what they will go through and how beneficial it will be at the end of it.
Brilliant stuff. Well, thank you very much for coming in and speaking to us today. And I really think the documentary shows just how brave you are to go through that. So well done. And make sure you guys at home check out Brace Face on Twitter page. Or now, I love a personal story, but documentaries aren't always necessarily about an event in a filmmaker's life. Sometimes they tell a story for somebody else. Let's have a look at Working with Blue.
my name's Lawrence Dingley. I'm an artist. I paint in oil paint, and my studio is in South Warwickshire in a village called Ettington.
Wow, every time I see that, I'm just blown away by how beautiful it is. You just saw the trailer for Working with Blue, a documentary produced by Stefan Luca, who's actually here with us in the Scene studio. So, Stefan, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Tell us a bit about your documentary.
My documentary was basically I just had an idea to create a portrait documentary.
Okay.
Which is basically a documentary about a person. Doesn't have to be their kind of role doesn't have to be exciting, because like what I think about like documentaries and films and stuff is you don't need like a normal person can actually tell a story. Like everyone has something interesting in their life. So that's what I wanted to try and capture with Lawrence, the artist.
Yeah. And why was it Lawrence specifically you chose? Was that something you always planned that you were going to use him, or was it very much sort of?
It was kind of. I didn't actually know Lawrence before doing this. I kind of just wanted. I thought that doing something with an artist, I think that would be quite visually appealing because there's a lot going on with their work. So I thought I'll have a call, see if this guy's up for it. He lives close to me, and I like the look of his work and everything. And well, hopefully. Like from the feedback he gave me as well, he really enjoyed it. His kids enjoyed it. His family enjoyed it. So
Brilliant.
I was glad about
was
that.
The process of creating a documentary, was that something that you found was quite rewarding to you? Did you learn a lot about
I learned
you probably
loads
would know?
about it. Yeah. It's actually given me, by doing the documentary, it's actually given me more passion in media.
Oh, brilliant.
And through doing this as well, I've kind of picked up a lot of skills and I'm kind of going into the more filmmaking side at the moment.
Okay.
Before then, like my skills in filmmaking stuff were just very limited, and by doing the documentary, I think it's really improved.
And what sort of feedback have you received so far? I mean, you said Lawrence liked it, his family liked it. What about in terms of college, from lecturers, things like that? Everyone liking the documentary so far?
Yeah, I've had some really nice feedback, which is good, and I think the most like important feedback that I've had is from Curran, my filmmaking teacher at the moment. He gave me some really good like constructive feedback from it of how I could improve for my next one in the future.
Brilliant.
So I hope to hopefully make some of these in my own time in the future.
Yeah, and keep improving. I suppose that's always the aim, isn't it, for anyone?
By doing this, I'll obviously improve in my filmmaking.
Definitely.
I think that's the path that I want to go to.
Now, visually, it's stunning, absolutely stunning, a great story as well.
Thank you.
But it was produced slightly different to some other documentaries that a lot of people might see. Can you tell us a lot of the scene crew will know about this, but for the audience at home, how did you produce that?
I kind of, like the documentary style, it's usually kind of like run and gun kind of style, as in like you just follow somebody and no planning's really involved really. But with this it was actually similar to that, but I wanted to kind of make it a little bit cinematic, just so that would improve the filmmaking side.
So it was almost like a short film in a way, would you say?
I tried to do it like that, yeah. I think
now, what you're working on at the moment, because I believe you actually are working on short films
Yeah, I'm
currently.
working on a short film, yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that, a few little teasers?
I did some filming yesterday actually. I got my actor just to run around the forest for all day. It's
always fun.
Yeah, I'm quite knackered from doing it. But, it's a bit weird. It's like an experimental film.
Okay.
It's about a homeless guy, he's just sick of like everyday life and like his like kind of real life, and he just wants to escape. So it's a bit weird, to be honest.
Well, weird sometimes good, isn't it? It draws people
sometimes
in,
good.
Brilliant.
I'm trying to use a lot of techniques into that, which should hopefully improve films in the future.
Absolutely. Well, best of luck with that, I have to say. And thank you for coming in and sharing a few tricks of the trade, I think, there. And hopefully we'll have another episode. Might have to have another episode just on you and your short films, because you're doing so much at the moment. It's another opportunity for Scene to get back on the screen as well. Now, after Easter, we've got some great stuff coming your way, because we at Scene are taking on a massive new project. It's time for Reverb. Now, you might already be familiar with the Reverb series, but if you're not, it's about music, and we're going to be shooting it every Tuesday evening right here at Stratford Playing College. There's no reason why you can't come down and check it out. You can pay to be here in the studio and be dancing along to some great unsigned music. Now, self-promotion aside, let's take another look at a trailer from one of our very talented second-year students. It's something which I do a lot. Claiming the spotlight.
I grew up acting. I grew up in Playbox, so I was acting since I was about 4 years old. And it was the only thing I ever really thought I'd do was to act.
I don't dissuade, but one's got to enlighten students of the pitfalls.
I don't know if I'd recommend anybody to go into acting unless they wouldn't have it any other way.
I would like to go into a career and I'd like to go to drama school.
I really do love acting, but I don't think I could ever do it as a career. I know it's quite hard to find a long-term strong place in the acting world.
I remember thinking, oh great, that's me set. I've been in a film now. People are going to be calling me up all the time.
It's such a difficult profession for anybody to succeed in, and if they do succeed in it, a few months later they may be, out of work.
Wonderful stuff based on the amazing young actors at Playbox Theatre in Warwick. Claiming the spotlight is about the fickle nature of fame and trying to get the transition from theatre to film and television. And the creator of the documentary, Abigail Robinson, is here with us. Abigail, thank you for joining us. Now tell us a little bit about your documentary.
Well, my documentary, as you said, is about the difficult life of an actor, really, particularly young actors who want desperately to make it big in the profession, but as not a lot of them know unless they've experienced it themselves, it's not really that easy to make it big.
So I think a lot of people know that acting is a very competitive industry,
yes.
But I think your documentary opens up everyone's eyes to that and shows just how competitive it is. What inspired you to make this documentary?
I think despite the fact that I have no interest in going into acting myself, I've heard a lot about life as an actor, obviously because the leader of my film group at Playbox has been in the profession herself.
Okay.
And I know, like, when you look at the media, they don't really show you the people who haven't made it.
Of course not.
They show you, like, the people who have been really successful, or the people who have got into the industry despite the despite all the difficulties.
Nature, I suppose. Yeah, absolutely. Now, why Playbox Theatre? Are you a member yourself?
Yes.
Is that what encouraged you to do
yes.
that? Brilliant. What's it like down Playbox for people who might not know a lot about Playbox?
I think it's Playbox is a wonderful place, I think, for young actors, and I personally, like a lot of people, think I first joined Playbox because a friend was going back in 2002. I think that friend left Playbox quite a while ago, but I've still been there for about, I don't know how long it is now, but yeah, I used to be part of the acting workshops, though obviously acting isn't really my thing, but I really enjoyed it there, and I hardly ever missed a week.
Brilliant.
And in 2010, I joined the new group, which was Film Studio that they'd started.
Ah, brilliant.
And I've been there for about 5 years.
And you're
just
enjoying
love
that?
it.
Yeah,
yes.
Brilliant. Well, I suppose it's great for you as a media practitioner as well. If you ever need actors, you know exactly where to go, don't you, straight away? Have you taken the documentary back to Playbox? Have you shown them it?
I have.
They all like it?
Yes. I know one of the people who was in the documentary herself, she actually told me that she felt quite sad watching it, which was certainly, I think that was sort of my aim, to show people the trials as well as the good sides. And I know Playbox themselves shared it on their Facebook group, and a lot of people have seen it through there and shared it around. And I think it definitely shows what a good opportunity Playbox can be.
Absolutely, and of course any other acting professions like Playbox. And fantastic, really is a great documentary. And thank you for coming in and speaking to us today. And I know you're very busy, like everyone else on the media course, working on short films at the moment. Can you give us a bit of a teaser what's coming up with that?
Yes, I am doing a short film that's made in the film noir style.
Okay.
Based on the news. It might not sound very interesting.
No, but tell me, you've drawn me in, I'm intrigued.
Yeah, it's my original inspiration was a Beatles song, A Day in the Life.
Okay, right.
About how, like, when you get so much media coverage on the news, you tend to become desensitized to it. And, like, basically, well, my story is really about a man commuting to work where he works in a news gallery.
Okay.
And he's so exposed to the news all the time that he's just he does become desensitised to it, but after a while he starts to realise how many bad things there are going on.
Absolutely, well, it sounds like a very intelligent and well thought out plot, so I wish you all the best, little flat. I'm sure you've got actors lining up to be in that one, haven't you?
Yeah.
Please, well, thank you for coming in today, Abby. Thank you. Now, please follow the link on our Twitter page, as was mentioned, seen on Stratcast, to see Abigail's documentary, because it really is great and makes you think just how tough actors have it. And now, we've had a bit of emotion, we've had some art, and now some theatre. It would be a shame to miss out on a bit of music, wouldn't it?
Tell them about Stubble
It even goes back to like when we originally come up with the concept Stubble Melt, and we saw it as this big, like the Hollywood sign, something as ridiculous as that.
I think it can come from within. So if you've got a talent, you should use it, and not be afraid to get out there and be confident with it.
I actually think this is the final setup now. This is it. There's not going to be any more changes.
A single minute goes by when I'm not thinking about a piece of music, singing it in my head, listening to it, thinking about what we're going to do.
We're here for longevity. There's certain bands who have come and gone, bands you've seen now, and they have a couple of songs out there, and that's all you ever hear of, and we don't want to be that band.
From my perspective, if I didn't have the band, I would have crumbled a couple years back with the situation I've been in my personal life.
Stubble Melt, old Reverb favourites from previous years, and it's great to see that they're still making music and rocking out together. Now, you may remember that we ran a Scenes highlights show in December, and we actually interviewed Ash Norton, who put on this mammoth documentary together. But in case you don't remember that, then we've got him back here again today. Ash, thanks for joining us. How are you doing? You okay?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Now,
good to be back.
Stubble Melt, tell me all about them.
Okay, well, they're an art rock band from the Midlands. They've been around for a few years now, and as you said, they've taken part in Reverb numerous times. We've shot music videos for them here before, and they've been involved quite a lot with the college.
Okay, now, we've seen one documentary the students of Stratford College have here, but I believe you've done an extended cut as well.
Yeah.
So what's in that people wouldn't have saw already?
The link you'll get from this show is the extended cut.
Yep.
It's the full-blown story of Stubble Melt.
The rude, crude, uncut version of what it's called.
It's actually called Once Upon a Stubble Melt. Okay. And it's basically their full story from start to where they are now. And it's just everything about the band, who they are as people, their music videos, their entire journey showcased.
Brilliant. Now, when people work with bands and actors and things like that, sometimes it can be challenging because you can get a lot of divas in that industry. A Stubble Melt like that? And I'll put you on the spot here, you can't say yes, but are they nice people to work with?
Yeah, they're great. I mean, anything I ever needed for the documentary, I'd just get in touch and say, guys, can you send this over or can you do this? And it'd be done almost instantaneously. They're great to work with, and I'd happily do it again.
Brilliant. And what have they thought of the documentary? They gave some good feedback?
Yeah, they all loved it. Their fans loved it. Really good feedback. I'm really pleased with the end result.
Now, as I've said to the other guys, short films at the moment.
Yes.
What's yours all about? I do know this, but for the guys at home.
It's a short zombie film.
Okay.
The working title is The Diary.
The Diary, very mysterious.
That's subject to change, not sure yet. Shooting's in progress at the moment. There's one day under the belt at the moment, sort of lining up the other shooting days at other locations at the moment, so that should be happening in the next couple of weeks.
Brilliant stuff, and I was actually there on the first day of filming.
Yes, you
and
are.
I have to say, the zombies are very convincing, scarily convincing, in fact. And can you do your best? You was really good at directing the zombies. Can you do your best zombie? I don't know what it's called. A zombie mode.
Zombie impression.
Do your zombie mode.
Okay.
It's really good. There we go.
How's that?
That's very scary, mightily scary, I think, and I can't wait to see the completed short film when it's all over. So make sure you keep tuned on Twitter to find out any information on that. Now, time to bring it back down to earth a little bit and find something else. This is On the Hop.
I
first heard about fat floss when I lost 2 of my own rabbits.
It can be very stressful, it can be very upsetting.
It's family. That's the best thing about it, really. Working here specifically, it's a family.
And I like the fact that none of the rabbits are put down. Only the rabbits who are very, very poorly will ever be put down, and the fact that the sanctuary rabbits stay here for the rest of their natural lives.
It's quite a nice new stepping stone, moving to a bigger place, having more responsibility, getting more rabbits in. Considering it's going to be one of the largest in the country, it's quite interesting.
Come visit us, definitely. You know, our doors are always open. We love having visitors. We love taking people round.
Well, there we go. From zombies to probably the cutest bunny rabbits I've seen ever, I think. Guys, absolutely brilliant. On the hop, brilliant trailer. Can't wait to see the whole thing. So tell us a little bit about your documentary.
Well, it was originally my idea to begin with because I thought for the assignment that we had to work by ourselves, and me and my mum have volunteered for a charity called Fat Floss for like such a long time, really, like I think about 3 years, something like that now. And eventually we found out we could sort of work together and stuff because we're really good friends on like a more personal level. Yeah, it always helps. So I rang Kath during the summer holidays and said, hey, would you like to, work on this with me? And she said yes, and she'd never been down to the sanctuary before, so it was all very new to her.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, it was really good.
So why Fat Floss Rabbit Rescue? Is it because you knew of it already and you was quite close to the people there, or was it something you just thought, you know what, I want to go make a documentary about those guys because the world needs to know?
Pretty much a bit of both, I think, because like obviously with animal rescues as well, you get like so many like cats and dogs, but you don't get many about rabbits as well. And yeah, as well because I've known them so well on a personal level, and I just thought they deserved good word spread about them, really.
Putting them more out there, isn't there, just for people to...
Yeah, there's so much to the charity, like they do so much, so I just thought, why not make a documentary for them, and it was close for travel as well, quite close to home, so I thought that'd be really good, and we just asked them and they were cool with it, so yeah, away we went.
Brilliant. Well, a few months on now, what's happening at Fat Floss? Any news at the moment?
Well, they have settled into Hampton and Arden now.
Okay.
Because obviously that was what the documentary's about. It was it was about them as a charity, but then we also documented them moving. That was quite a nice element to it. So yeah, they've moved. Unfortunately, they haven't had the most, the best of luck at the moment because, put it this way, quite a few people sort of living close to them, I think, they sort of just don't understand the rabbit charity, really. Like, they didn't understand the true purpose of it, they didn't understand the benefits of it, and sort of word got spread around, and I think as a result they did nearly get shut down. But luckily they've had an appeal and a lot of people came forward and supported them. They put all sorts through social media. And I mean myself and Kat signed petitions as well. We signed as well and we spread the word. And luckily now they're back on track and they've finally got the planning permission that they truly deserve. So they're going to build like a massive sanctuary because we went down not so long ago.
Yeah, it's a lot more spacious for rabbits.
Yeah. We went down not so long ago and we showed them the documentary as well, and they're really, really impressed with it. So we're hoping to get it online eventually as well, and they're going to just sort of re-expand, taking as many rabbits as they possibly can, and all the best to them, really.
Well, apart from the cute bunny rabbits, what was the biggest highlight of making this documentary for you guys? What was the thing you take away from it the most?
I think it's the experience of working with animals. It's something we've not done before.
It's so different.
Because they're not pure actors for the camera. It's really hard
you can't exactly get them to rehearse. No. I think the best thing about it as well is like, I mean, for me, it's like it's capturing the moment. That's what we really had to do with some of them. I mean, admittedly, I was quite apprehensive about it first because obviously, you can't plan it, and there's so many things that could go wrong. Because obviously, there are rescues. Well, they do take in, as well as abandoned unwanted rabbits. It's like rabbits that've been ill as well. So it's like hearing all the upsetting stories and stuff, and any sudden things that can happen at the last minute. So there was always, every day that we planned, it was always not guaranteed in case something came up, or obviously, like I say, you can't plan with rabbits, so it was a very risky thing to do, but to be honest, it did actually work to our best advantage, and It was. I think we did all right considering.
Yeah.
It was a challenge though, not gonna lie, but I think we did okay.
It did take us a couple of days to actually get footage of the rabbits because they wouldn't stay still.
So you loved the camera equipment. I tell you now, one time when we were filming one of the interviews, Kat was on sound and I was like behind the camera asking the questions. I remember we had these two really big rabbits. They're both identical, really fluffy, loppies, absolutely massive as well. And they just kept jumping around. The one kept trying to jump through the tripod and the other one was jumping up to the mic. It was so funny.
Brilliant stuff. Well, make sure you check out the star-studded cast of bunny rabbits in your documentary. It's fantastic, guys. Thank you so much for coming in. Head over to Scene on Stratcast for the information for On the Hop. But hopping on, we've unfortunately run out of time now, as you've seen some fantastic documentaries today. But make sure you hunt them all down in full and watch them because they are brilliant and they're well worth a watch. And there's a whole host more too, which we will be promoting as well. So guys, thank you very much for everybody tuning in today. Keep an eye on our Twitter page to see what's coming up soon. But until next time, I've been Liam Clark. Thanks for watching.